So, industrial real estate has been on fire recently. I know one of the industrial REITs I follow just reported a 48% releasing spread on new and renewal leases in the first quarter. There's just so much demand for this type of property. It's not just inflation; it's a kind of a land grab, if you will, from tenants of industrial properties. They can't build them fast enough. So Prologis is the leader in this space. Ticker symbol is PLD. They're one of the largest REITs in the market of any kind. They, for a while there, they were the number one. And they are the biggest industrial REIT in the country by far. I think the number two is roughly 1/10 of its size. So I know Tyler follows this space a lot more than I do. And he mentioned a company called Rexford to me. And is this just kind of a play because it's smaller and has more growth potential, or are there other things that really attract you to it?
The thing that attracts me to Rexford in particular is just its focus on an area that is one of the most supply or new supply constrained markets when it comes to industrial real estate. Rexford Industrial Properties focuses almost, or Industrial Realty, excuse me, focuses almost exclusively in the Orange County, Los Angeles, San Diego kind of metroplex area. And it sounds like it's kind of a small thing, but the entire industrial real estate square footage in this metroplex area is larger than the whole country of Germany. The reason being is that the Los Angeles Long Beach port is the largest port in America and handles about 40%, I think, of intermodal traffic. So that's like, the container ships that come off and then they stick those containers either on rail or on trucks. So there's this massive, massive demand for industrial real estate in Los Angeles specifically, so much so that a company like Rexford can thrive without having to branch out and go to, I don't know, Atlanta, Georgia, or anything like that. And management in this particular company and what has made me attracted to it is they've been extremely good at just growing within this. And because it is such a supply constrained market, they have some of the best rental growth rates in the industry, and they have been for quite some time. I know the last time we checked out on this company, I think I had mentioned to you, I think their dividend growth or their annual dividend they last hiked it was over 17%. And because FFO per share was growing at that sort of rate. And this past quarter, the company's share of funds from operation over this most recent quarter was up 34% compared to the prior quarter. And it just goes to show, even if it doesn't have to go across the entire world to try to find its properties, the combination of very high rental growth rate or, lease growth in this particular area combined with, having a really intimate knowledge of this particular market, knowing when like off-market things can be bought or when things are going to be coming to market, I think is a clear advantage for management. And with the way management has, rewarded shareholders on a per share basis, I always, I've discussed with you a lot, Matt, of the idea of, growing for growth's sake and not really growing shareholder capital. Rexford is kind of on that other spectrum. It's like we want to focus on the per share value of our shareholders, and that takes primacy over, making big splashy acquisitions. So I think if anyone is looking at industrial real estate, I think that Rexford is one of the ones that more people should pay attention to.
So, one kind of industry-wide question I have is, how worried are you about the effects of a recession or something like that on industrial in general? Because I don't know if you remember, about a year ago, Amazon scared all investors when they came out and said, we have too much industrial space. And they're, I think, the number one user of industrial real estate in the country. So when they said that, everyone said, uh-oh, now with the recession coming, all of this industrial space that they've been building, constantly is going to start to become vacant and have trouble leasing and things like that. It doesn't seem like that's panning out yet. But are you
Yeah,
worried about it?
worried. I think if there's one thing that's going to significantly slow down rental rates and perhaps increase vacancy rates, yes, that's it. Um, I think there are some offsetting factors, and I don't know which one is going to win out. You know, you've got a little bit of that push-pull where we do have a clear move in the United States towards building inventory. You know, if I don't know if you've looked at other industries like manufacturing or anything like that, or automotive, inventory build has, and working capital build has been a huge, huge thing over the past like 2 years. And when inventory and working capital build, that means that space is being taken up in the logistics and supply chain part of a business. And so I think with that, you're starting to see more and more investment in manufacturing in the United States. And so you're going to have the supply chains associated with that. I think there's some factors that could keep it going relative to, you know, maybe perhaps the broader economy should we hit a recession. So yeah, it's definitely like the concern, but there may be enough to offset it.
Once again, thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to click subscribe if you don't subscribe to my channel already. And as always, this video is sponsored by The Motley Fool. Be sure to visit www.fool.com/Frankel to receive the top 10 best stocks to buy now.